G'day, GreasyJohn here. I know I haven't been about much, but I've been busy. This is GreasyJohn Jr. And currently, what I am mostly working on is this. This is a 1960 Chamberlain 9G tractor. Now, for our international viewers, this tractor was built in Welshpool, Western Australia, and is specially designed with the Australian farmer in mind. The 9G in the name stands for 9 gears, and as a result this thing will fly along at about 50 kilometres an hour.
I think the last video was me crawling over it trying to get it pull started with the blue Ford.
Yeah, well,
and there was a bit more of it back then.
Yeah, I've removed the cab, which was fitted for it to go around Australia, and as opposed to pull starting it now, we just so that's a little bit easier. It's also a little bit easier than the other tractors. However, I've got a fuel issue which I'm trying to work out. It seems to lose fuel and cut out, so that'll be something that I continue to try and suss out. This tractor actually drove around Australia in the year 2000, and I've got a disc somewhere with photos of it. There's a photo of it on the internet at the Birdsville pub, which is in far north Queensland. So yeah, I'm gradually getting it back to standard condition. Sadly, I was too late for the big Chamberlain gathering at Lights on the Hill, which when the Offsider sorts the video out that we have of, you'll be able to see. Yeah, I mean, there's not much else I can say about this tractor. It's fun to drive on the road. I'm sorry. You want to go for a ride, don't you? I know. I just got some jobs to do, like make a proper seat for it. I need to find a rag top cab, which they came out with originally. Keep going through the wiring, which I'm in the process of sorting out. Get some proper headlights, proper work light on the back, fit some inconspicuous indicators and brake light, and just, yeah, a respray, do her up properly. I've got all the badges to go on it that clean them up. Toying with the idea of removing the front end loader, but it does give it a little bit more operational interest at a field day.
Not to mention ever-present danger if you ever go a particularly big hump and then ground your forks.
Well, I must admit, I went to Bunnings on it, and it was pretty noisy when I went over the speed humps. But, you know. Yeah, I really just want to take it to the pub. But we'll have to wait till I get a bit further along. You might wonder why the tyres are on back to front. That's to save on wear when you're on the road. They don't wear quite so bad when they're back to front, but they don't grip quite so good either. Aside from that, you know, nice tractor, unusual to people outside of Australia. A lot of them built, quite successful. Chamberlain was bought out by John Deere in the 1980s and essentially just put out of business by them. Yeah, nice piece of Australian history. Now, aside from this and this, I've been doing some other things, so if you've got time, Mr. Offsider, we'll have a look. So, some of the other stuff I've been up to, I know you've all seen this little tractor before, but a lot of problems with the engine and water corrosion in the head. I finally got on top of that after many attempts at welding, which all subsequently failed. Managed to find a replacement head, so had this at Lights on the Hill. Again, if the offsider ever puts the video up, you might see this one in action. As you know, it's a 1930s orchard pacemaker, so it's extremely rare. Sticking with the theme of Aussie legends, it's another little project that I've been working on. This is a 1953 FJ Holm. I had to replace all the oil seals on the crankshaft as it was leaking like a sieve, but it's all sorted now. She goes well. Done a few shows with her, been out and about. One of the projects I've got on over the next few months is to fit seat belts in the back seats so that the children can ride in it properly. And then there's little international LV stationary engine, which is Amelia's, but got it all up and running. Still waiting for an excuse to take it out, but we'll get there.
You stick it on the back of the Chamberlain on the platform.
Yeah, I could put it on the back of the Chamberlain. If ever I have starting trouble, I could use this as a starter motor.
Tractor with a belt drive on it.
Yeah. So that's it. Crawler radiator repairs are ongoing with this, but we'll get there eventually.
It's not bad when the only problem with the machine is a bit of a leaky radiator.
No,
you're doing pretty well.
I started up for the first time in about a year the other week and went on the second pull, so I was quite chuffed with that. But
anything in the back shed going on?
Oh, I've got a little sundial Type B stationary engine that I'm trying to get going. I'm having magneto troubles. Just between me, you and the gatepost, the offsider doesn't realise this, but I pinched the Maggie off of his lister just to try it. I will put it back on.
It's alright, I got Alice Chalmers with a belt wheel on the back now, so that can drive me whatever's...
Oh, what? You got some cakes to mix, do you?
Well, it's half the power of the lister, but it'll do the job.
So, yeah, that's been a little project that I've been working on. Struggling to get the timing set right. I've got it backfiring and whatnot, and I think I need to retard it back a bit, but I get a bit tired of swinging it over, trying to get it to go, so Jury rigged up a jack for the ride-on lawnmower, and I just put that on the stand, put it in gear, and then push the flywheel against the rear wheels, and that seems to crank it over enough for me to make adjustments, and I'll get it eventually. So this is it. Yeah, not much content this year because not much going on with everything.
Still going on with your virtual show?
Oh, we're having a bit of a do this month. An online do, seeing as that's the most we can do at the moment. Looking promising. We've got nearly 2,000 people have signed up to exhibit on the day. And it will just be an opportunity to get something out the shed over the weekend of the 20th and the 21st of June. Show it off, talk about it, post it online.
That bolt there, that's how you do seatbelt installation, is it?
Yeah.
Not exactly the most elegant.
No, I've got to try and find a neater way to do it than that, because that's a bit... problem is that was done before we got it, so... yeah. Of course, you know.
Grind the head back into a rivet and paint it cream.
They don't make them anymore. So there you go. That's a little insight into what I've been doing. And hopefully, later in the year, we'll be able to bring you a bit more material. And,
just wait another 6 months. Just bear with us, folks.
Yeah. Perhaps the offsider, whilst he's got time on his hands, could get on and upload the.
Yeah, folks. Well, that's all we've had time for today here at GreasyJohn's.
Oh, I got some videos for you. The Wallace, I got it running and out the other week, ready for a field day, but it never eventuated. So.
Well, you send them my way, and I'll put them on the old.
Yeah, I've already sent them to them once, but it's not good enough apparently. Anyway.
We don't want postage stamp size.
No. Anyway, it's good to see you all again. You go steady and stay safe in these unusual times.